Hello everyone and welcome to the 2023 Victorian Age Long Course Championships. It is day one and it is our finals session this evening, starting in a few minutes at 5:30 this Thursday, 9th of March. Now, my name is Chelsea Ryan and it is a pleasure to be one of your commentators here this evening. Later on we'll be joined by Nick Van Dyson, but for now let's enjoy as we pan across the pool with our camera. This morning we had our heats session for day one, and it was an exciting broadcast this morning. Looking forward to the next 4 days of swimming from tomorrow onwards. Now, before we begin this broadcast, we'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners on the land on which we meet today, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations, and pay respects to elders past, present, and emerging. Now, the pool is slowly starting to fill up as athletes come from out of the warm-up pool inside and over to our outdoor pool here. It's about 20 degrees here at Albert Park. The club marquees are up. The clubs have settled into a space on the pool deck as well, and we've had lots of family and friends here to support all of our athletes for some exciting races. Now, as I mentioned, we had our heats this morning, then got the times for swimmers to qualify for tonight's races. So they've had a little bit of rest and recovery in between the sessions, and now they are here ready and raring to go to see what they can achieve. We'll be doing some medal ceremonies as the evening progresses. And first up, we'll be starting with the backstroke for our multi-class swimmers, boys and girls of all ages. And then diving into some breaststroke for our 13-year-old girls, boys, butterfly, some more backstroke, breaststroke, IM, back to our multi-class, and then we have some freestyle to finish the evening off, as well as some relays as our last events. And relays are always a bit of fun as well. You just saw a couple of technical officials on our screen. We couldn't do it without them. Lots of hours that they put in, so we thank them in advance for our evening. And here is our order of events. So this is our day one finals that I was mentioning just earlier. So lots of exciting swimming on this evening, lots of good racing. The coaches are settling in now as well. And it's been an awesome day so far, thanks to Swimming Victoria, particularly our events manager, Narelle, who's been putting on a big show for us and doing a lot of the attention to detail work behind the scenes. And so as we pan across the pool, looking towards the end, the 50 end, as we are going to start. Now, pretty exciting that we're on KO Freebies, and thanks for everyone for joining us here this evening. You might be interested in swimming, or you might actually know one of our athletes racing here tonight and dearly tuning in. So we can't wait to be able to showcase their talents, achievements and performances. They're such a dedicated bunch, our age swimmers, and also we can say that all their support network is dedicated too. All right, As our announcer just said, this is our 12 to 18 girls 50-metre backstroke for our multi-class swimmers. And this is a timed final. It's all worked out at the end with our multi-class system, but we have a few athletes competing against themselves. 2 S6s in lane 2 and 3, Kira and Kayla. And then coming out in front at the moment here is Abby Paulette, S15 from Traralgon Swimming Club, pushing forward, looking nice and strong there. Following her just behind is Sarah Howe, S9 from Ballarat Gold. And that's what 50 is. It is over and done. Now, waiting for the scoreboard for those scores as the rest of the girls come in. So Evie Lee from Geelong comes in, as well as Kira Warwick. And Samantha Galway. Well done, girls. Awesome job. And now it's the boys' turn. All right, the guys are off and away in the water. The sun has come out to shine as well, shining in lane 8 with Lachlan. And in lane 4, Riley Blitz, S19 from Geelong, is leading out in front here. Some beautiful, nice stroke. And then next to him, just above him on the screen, we have Hamish Keenan, S9, Andrew Dill, S19. And then in 5 following him, and in 6, we have James Logan, S15, and Fionn Ginley, S10, coming into the wall just there. Nice work, guys. And in lane 1 on the other side, James Shiel, S14. And then in lane 8, we have Lachlan, S6, coming into the wall now. Great work. Fantastic. All of our swimmers. That was a timed final there. Our multi-class gets worked out post-race because of all the different classes. Nice work. Now we head down to the other end of the pool, where we have our girls 13 years old, 100-metre breaststroke.
Introducing the finalists for event 3, girls 13-year-old, 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 0, Bronwyn Zhang from Oasis Otters. In lane 1, Jacinta Geary from Nunawading. In lane 2, Caitlin Ord from Melbourne Swimming Club. In lane 3, Annalie Theophyson Madison from Nunawading. In lane 4, Grace Doby from Melbourne Swimming Club. In lane 5, Lola Shushamus from Melbourne Vic Centre. In lane 6, Claudia Croato from South Gippsland Bass. In lane 7, Joanne Liu from Artemis. In lane 8, Memphis Johnson from Geelong Swimming Club. And in lane 9, Isabel Nash from Warragul Swimming Club.
All right, the girls have a good start just there. Really quite even across the board. It's fantastic vision that we have with our camera down on pool deck for our finals with the girls on the block. Now it was Grace Dobby in lane 4 that had the fastest qualifying time of 1:18.98. Can she go one further? There are medals at stake now. There are national times at stake as well to qualify to go to the Gold Coast in April. It's such an exciting time. Leading just there, Grace Dobby out in front. Next to her, though, Amelia from Nuttawading. The flying V shape of the pool just now. Amelia's not going to let her go. On the other side of her, she has Lola. And fighting it out there, Claudia's in 6, Caitlin Ord is in lane 2. But it is Grace who only looks forward and doesn't look back. Towards the wall she goes, 1:17.23. Awesome, awesome job. Congratulations. First place, Grace, and a fantastic time taking off another second. Big cheers from our crowd. It is the boys' turn now. 13-year-old 100-meter breaststroke. And up on the screen there, you can see the results. Grace came first just there. Amelia second. Lola third. Claudia then Caitlin.
Introducing the finalists for event 4, boys 13-year-old 100 metres breaststroke. In lane 0, Lucas Kempf from East Gippsland Water Dragons. In lane 1, Spencer Davies from Melton. In lane 2, Will Liu from St Leonard's. In lane 3, Hamish Evans from MLC Aquatic. In lane 4, Nathan Nay from Camberwell Grammar. In lane 5, Milo Dressel de Bruin from Melbourne Swimming Club. In lane 6, Ashley Lansbury from DVE Aquatic. In lane 7, Noah Kuo from Northwest Aquatic. In lane 8, Anjay Lamb, Northwest Aquatic. And in lane 9, Dax Conheady from Geelong Swimming Club.
And away they go. It is the boys just here. And coming up is Nathan Nay, who won Heat 1 this morning, looking for another victory this evening. A shiny medal around his neck in gold is propelling him forward as he reaches the halfway mark. Chasing him, but just a body length behind, we have Milo, who was the winner of Heat 2 this morning with the fastest time out of that race. And as you can see, the top lane just there also holds Hamish Evans from MLC. And there are big cheers from the crowd just here, and Nathan Nay, they're backing him. He is a body length out in front and looking like he is not going to stop. It's only forward from here. Milo chasing him, but he's just not going to be quick enough to pip him at the post. Nice, beautiful long strokes into the wall. Forward hits it. 1:14.13.
Announcing the finalists for event 4, boys 13-year-old, 100 metres breaststroke. Sorry. Event 6, boys 12-year-old, 200 metres butterfly. In lane 4, Harry McCraw from Camberwell Grammar. And in lane 5, Michael Fan from Melbourne Swimming Club.
So this is the straight final we have here. Only 2 swimmers. Where in lane 4 we have Harry McCraw from Camberwell Grammar. And then in lane 5, Michael Fan from Melbourne Swimming Club. Both 12 years of age. It's Harry who's leading out in front here that did have the fastest qualifying time to get here. But you know what? They're both going to be on that medal podium, which is really nice to see. So, beautiful motion with his body. Harry has flow there. Coming up, breathing every stroke up with his body. Just looking a little bit more fluid just there. Harry, Michael still swimming his own race. But some beautiful hands up and over from Harry as he comes towards the final meters of his race. Coming in 1:05.83. And for me, I got too excited. It is 200-meter butterfly. I think a very big feat for a 12-year-old. Super impressed that they're in it and that they've just gone for it. Go Michael and go Harry. So both these clubs having a good bit of success this morning in their heats. We should see more swimmers from their teams in the finals. It's now that final 50 metres for Harry just here. And you can see Michael coming into the screen just now, putting in big effort, still giving a nice, beautiful, smooth move with his legs with a big kick. And swapping to another view, you can see we're all lined up, all the support from all the clubs. And as Harry comes now to the final meters of his race, we'll check out what time he gets. 2:27.87. Well done, Harry. Congratulations. That is gold to you, but also that is 5 seconds off for a PB. So let's go, Michael. The crowd's getting behind him. Go, go is what they're saying. And we love the full support of the community. Awesome, awesome stuff. Michael Fan, 2:52.62. And there is our results.
Announcing the medalists for event 1, girls 12 to 14-year-old 50 metres backstroke multi-class. In second place, Tyra Jensen from Warragul Swimming Club. And in first place, Evie Lee from Geelong Swimming Club in a time of 45.08. Medalists for event 1, girls 15 to 18, 50 metres backstroke multi-class. In third place, Abby Paulett from Traralgon. In second place, Sarah Howe from Ballarat Gold. And in first place from Traralgon in a time of 45.85, Kayla Wilson. Introducing the finalists for Event 7, girls 17 to 18-year-old 200 metres backstroke. In lane 0, Charlotte Beddoe from Yarra Plenty Waves. In lane 1, Tara Barnwell from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 2, Dakota Mathers from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 3, Alyssa Lever from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 4, Madison Cooper, Melbourne Swimming Club. In lane 5, Emily Cairns, Melbourne Swimming Club. In lane 6, Nicole Briscoe from Geelong Swimming Club. In lane 7, Charlize Booner from Melbourne Swimming Club. And in lane 8, Zoe Jennings from Geelong Swimming Club.
And away the girls go. Let's see what magic can happen in the pool here for our 17 to 18-year-old girls. Now fastest qualifying time. Super close, Madison and Emily. Madison Cooper in lane 4 and Emily Kearns in lane 6. Madison qualified in her heat this morning, 2:26.69. But it is Emily that's made that move first, just out in the lead, out in front, followed by Alyssa Lever in 3 and Dakota Mathers in 2. Those two girls from Nunawading just there. But I am sure Madison Cooper will make her play. It is 200 metres. Coming up just along the side of Emily in lane 6 as well. At the bottom of the screen with the blue cap is Nicole Briscoe from Geelong. Lots of good vibe here at MSAC. Lots of cheers already, and it's only the first few races. Now, this is the halfway mark. Emily just out in front by 1 second, faring off the Nunawading girls at the top of the screen in the pool. Beautiful, nice long strokes over. And I think Emily looks cool, calm and collected, really. She's gonna be out on the turn. Check out how far she is out in front. And she just had a little bit of a view just there to her side. And she knows she has to execute that kick, gain a bit more power, keep those arms nice and long and strong, and power home. And she's there, she's keeping it high, that stroke rate, but catching her in lane 3, we have Alyssa Lever. Very close now, only a head length behind. One arm even, you could say. Dakota Mathers following her up as well, but it is Emily Kearns. Congratulations. 2:22.06, first place. Followed by Alyssa Lever, 2:22.55. And then Dakota Mathers, 2:23.90. So close in the end. Unfortunately, Madison Cooper not catching up in those final meters in that final lap, but there is next time.
Announcing the finalists for event 8, boys 17 and 18-year-old 200 metres backstroke. In lane 0, Alan Uhi from Essendon District. In lane 1, Cam Tregaskis from Melbourne Vic Centre. In lane 2, James Luena from MLC. In lane 3, Joshua Carnes from Nunawading. In lane 4, Xavier Purcell from Western Melbourne Propulsion. In lane 5, Max Bosley from MLC Aquatic. In lane 6, Anthony Basunas from Surrey Park. In lane 7, Oliver Guthrie from Shepparton. In lane 8, Will Luena from MLC Aquatic. And in lane 9, Brady Tomasin from Oasis Otters.
All right, time for the boys to have a crack. This is the final of the 200-metre backstroke for the 17 to 18-year-olds.
Just a reminder to all athletes and coaches and team managers, please be marshalling 2 events prior to your race.
And be looking at lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6 at the moment. So Josh Carnes in 3, Xavier Purcell in 4, Max Bosley, who won Heat 1 this morning, in 5, and then Anthony Basunas in 6. And it is Anthony in 6 who's just gained a bit more of a push off that wall and anchored himself out in front. Looking across the other side at lane 3 as well, Joshua Carnes from Nunawading. Neck and neck here on the screen. They're going to reach the halfway mark. They've found the turn, big push off. I could hear it from here, the thump of the feet, using the power, and it is Josh Carnes out in front from Nunawading at the moment. On your screen though, you have Anthony just above him. You have Max in 4, Xavier, and then leading the way, Joshua Carnes in 3. Nice work. There are lots of cheers from the crowd. Anthony just hanging on to that lead. This is going to be where it really counts in this final 50. Can Josh hang on? All very even qualifying times. And so here we go. The boys in the middle push forward. So 4, Xavier. 5, Max in those lanes. The 2 black caps in the middle. It is going to be a fight between Josh in 3, Xavier in 4, big cheers, and then Anthony in 6. It is tight, even Max is coming up in lane 5. Stretching, powering, pushing. It is going to be lane 4, Xavier Purcell from Propulsion, 2:07.37. Congratulations, that is gold to you. He looks elated. Just behind him, Josh Carnes, 2:07.51. Slithers of seconds behind, and that's why he's smiling. He's been pipped at the post. Held the lead for the second half. And then in 3rd, Anthony Basunas was in there from the very beginning, 2:07.77.
Announcing the medalists for event 2, boys 12 to 14-year-old 50 metres backstroke multi-class. In 3rd place, Andrew Din from Oasis Otters. In 2nd place, Cooper Harrington from Yarra Plenty Waves. And in 1st place, in a time of 38.31 from Swimland Swim Club, Hamish Keenan. Medalists from event 2, boys 15 to 18-year-old 50 metres backstroke multi-class. In 3rd place, from Geelong Swimming Club, Riley Blitz. In second place from Melbourne Swimming Club, James Logan. And in first place in a time of 37.07 from Warrnambool Swimming Club, Finn Ginley. Announcing medalists from Event 7, girls 17 and 18-year-old 200 metres backstroke. In third place from Nunawading Swimming Club, Dakota Mathers. In second place from Nunawading Swimming Club, Alyssa Lever. And in first place from Melbourne Swimming Club in a time of 2 minutes 22.06, Emily Cairns. Announcing the finalists for Event 9, girls 16-year-old 200 metres butterfly. In lane 1, Sky Loeb from Somerset. In lane 2, Olivia Bartlett from Nunawading Swimming Club. In lane 3, from Melton Swimming Club, Layla Mahfouz. In lane 4, from Haileybury, Mia Yo. In lane 5, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Sojian Huang. In lane 6, from Camberwell Grammar, Isabella King. In lane 7, from Ivanhoe Aqua Power, Hannah Chan. And in lane 8, from Ivanhoe Aqua Power, Alana Altus.
And away they go, girls 16-year-old.
To all the adults in the audience, it pains me to tell you the bar is now open.
Girls 16-year-old 200-metre butterfly. It is the middle lanes here at the moment. In 4, we have Mia Yao from Haileybury, and in 5, Seojin Huang from Melbourne Swimming Club. But also looking at lane 3 as well, Layla Mahfouz, not going to let that one go, Melton Swimming Club. Now it is 200 metres, so divided into quarters. They're a quarter down just here. And gaining a bit more speed just there. Mia Yao not far behind her, Seojin, and then also looking below her, Isabella King from Camberwell Grammar. So there's 4 middle swimmers in the pool. And what a great view we have here from our camera at the turn of the halfway mark. So Mia out in front by less than a second. Seojin holding her there and is going to keep pushing her to the very end. Now they've gained a bit of distance between the girls that were third, but there's going to be a tight one for bronze then between Layla in lane 3 and Isabella in lane 6. And it is still Mia out in front there on the final turn. 50 metres to go with the butterfly. Looking at their technique. Breathing up, eyes are forward. They're switching it between breaths. The head is down, the breath is up every second stroke. Loving the atmosphere here at MSAC. It is pumping. Mia is just out in front, but is Seojin gaining speed just here? It is stroke for stroke. We're gonna have to wait till the final result. Who is it? Oh, and it is Seojin. Congratulations, that was a fantastic final chase. 2:20. Followed 2:20.46. And then the battle for third, Isabella King got in there, 2:25.10. Nice work. Congratulations.
Announcing the finalists for event 10, boys 16-year-old 200 metres butterfly. In lane 0 from Tiger Sharks, Riley Cunningham. In lane 1 from Surrey Park, Kaylin Nathaniels. In lane 2 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Ahmed Elgamal. In lane 3 from Tiger Sharks, Tyler Norton. In lane 4 from MLC, Mayan Baskar. In lane 5 from Geelong Swimming Club, Joshua Wilkinson. In lane 6 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Andrew Ryland. In lane 7 from Traralgon, Ashley Nichols. In lane 8 from Ballarat Gold, Cooper Sutherland. And in lane 9 from Nunawading, Ziyu Song.
And here we go, it's the boys' turn now, and it is a final that already looks to be a close one. 200 metres though. They do have to pace it out. Really strong start there by Joshua Wilkinson from Geelong. Now, he was the winner of Heat 2 this morning. But Mayan, who is in 4, who
just a reminder that the bar
they're even
is now
on that
open.
touch.
It's serving soft drinks, wine by the glass, and beer and cider.
They were even on that touch just there, Mayan and Josh. Mayan just slightly behind in 4, but he had a fantastic win in the first heat. Now, next to him, we have Tyler Norton in 3 with the Tiger Sharks orange cap, the halfway mark, and Josh is just out in front in lane 5. Right behind him by 0.09 of a second is Mayan in 4. This is going to be a fight to the finish, that's for sure. So I reckon they are pushing each other, our 2 front leaders that are neck and neck. And it is going to be who can hold that energy right to the very end. And so noticing their stroke rate is very similar at the moment. And Mayan in this 3/4 space of the race has pushed forward. He was out and up. And he is really taking control. He looks very dominant and very comfortable with that flow of the body. And he's got a big, big kick that is working for him. Not too much splash. And I think there's no stopping him now. He is determined to the very end. Josh not able to hang on, and Tyler Norton over looking for 3rd position at the moment. He touches in. Mayan, 2:08.54. Awesome job. Followed by Josh Wilkinson, 2:11.72. Tyler Norton gets the bronze. And then coming in 4th was Andrew Ryland in 6.
Medal presentation for event 8, boys 17 and 18-year-old 200 metres backstroke. In 3rd place from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Anthony Basunas. In 2nd place from Nunawading Swimming Club, Joshua Carnes. And in 1st place from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Xavier Purcell. Medal presentation for event 9, girls 16-year-old 200 metre butterfly. In 3rd place, from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic, Isabella King. In 2nd place, from Haileybury Aquatic, Mia Yao. And in 1st place, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Sojin Huang. The next event is event 11, girls 15-year-old 200 metres breaststroke. In lane 0 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Annabelle Taylor. In lane 1 from Gisborne Thunder, India Paleg. In lane 2 from MLC, Isabella French. In lane 3 from Surrey Park, Imogen Nolan. In lane 4 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Romy Hurd. In lane 5 from Surrey Park, Farida Taha. In lane 6 from DVE Aquatic, Amity Lansbury. In lane 7 from Haileybury Aquatic, Michaela Larkin. In lane 8 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Tani Cronin. And in lane 9 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Ashley Dunn.
And that's a nice start. Big underwater work there by Romy Hurd in lane 4. She was the winner of the first heat this morning and came out with the fastest time, and she looks like she is not hesitating whatsoever. Next to her, just on the bottom of her, in lane 5 and 6, we have Farida Taha and Amity Lansbury, who are going to give each other a run for their money, as well as lanes 2 and 3, Isabella French and Imogen Nolan, because it is even across that second placing position right now. But no doubt Romy Hurd is out in front, looking nice and strong. Big long arms out in front, smooth motion. She gets quite high with her body, but her head stays down, ready to duck back into the water. It is the halfway mark. She's running on good time here at the moment. She can keep this speed. There will be no stopping her, and it is more across the pool now. 3, 5 and 6 are the lanes to watch. There's going to be a battle, I think, for the medals for the other placings. So we have in 5, Farida Taha, Amity. In lane 6, just behind. And then Imogen Nolan across the top of your screen. But yeah, Romy Hurd, awesome job. Just under that 2-minute mark on that split there. Final 50. There are the goes from the coaches. It is always loud here on a finals evening. Awesome to have you all in on our broadcast to be able to see these amazing performances. Romy Hurd, final 25 metres just here. Chasing her is Farida from Surrey Park, and it's going to be a battle for that 3rd position. Final meters. 2:41.11 is for Romy. Awesome job coming in second with the silver, Farida. And in the 3rd, it was Imogen Nolan who secured the bronze. Awesome effort, ladies. Well done.
Announcing the finalists for event 12, boys 15-year-old, 200 metres breaststroke. In lane 0 from Doncaster Templestowe, Thomas Greenwood. In lane 1 from Melbourne, Louis Chen. In lane 2 from MLC Aquatic, Joshua Wikowski. In lane 3 from Surrey Park, George Huang. In lane 4 from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Thomas Sutherland. In lane 5 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Nicholas Stupas. In lane 6 from Nunawading, Brian Zeng. In lane 7 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Max Hussey. In lane 8 from MLC Aquatic, Hamish Robson. And in lane 9 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Eugene Tu.
All right, time for the boys to show. Fantastic start by them in lane 4. Heating it up already is Thomas Sutherland from Western Propulsion. And right next to him from Melbourne Vic Centre, Nicholas DePass. So Nicholas was the first place getter of our Heat 1 this morning. And they're neck and neck, stroke and stroke. But as we know, it gaps and spaces out over 200 metres. So beautiful kick off the wall just there. And that's what it is. It's this big frog leg kick. And there's the glide, but the power and the push forward comes from the big kick underwater. We've discussed that everyone's breaststroke is slightly different with their timing. There are technical aspects that need to be ticked off, but it's whatever works with the rate and strategy that works for each swimmer. They can be slightly adjusted. And fantastic angle there from our camera, right up in there with the swimmers on that turn. Nicholas DePass, 1:10.15 on that turn from Melbourne Vic Centre. He is just out in front at the moment. And he still is, Nick, in this final 50 turn. He is just proportionally a teeny weeny bit moved out in front. Big turn and push off the wall. Can Thomas Sutherland hold him just here? And then it's going to be a battle for third in between 3 lanes, but I'm looking at lane 2 and 3 just there with Joshua Witowski and George Huang. So be watching for that bronze medal finish. Looks like George is out in front, but man, neck and neck. The final moments, you can see it on the screen. This is exciting. It's going to come down to the touch. Oh, wow. Nicholas DePass, 2:22.91, and Thomas Sutherland in there has gotten the silver, 2:23.11, and George Huang from Surrey Park has gotten the bronze. Great swim for the boys.
Yeah, go.
Announcing the medalists for event 3, girls 13-year-old 100 metres breaststroke. In third place from Melbourne Vic Centre, Lola Sumatis. In second place from Nunawading Swimming Club, Emily Theophyson Madison. And in first place from Melbourne Swimming Club, Grace Doby.
And that's why he wanted to do it.
Medalists for event 10, boys 16-year-old 200 metres butterfly. In third place from Tiger Sharks, Tyler Norton. In second place from Geelong Swimming Club, Joshua Wilkinson. And in first place in a time of 2 minutes, 08.54 from MLC Aquatic, Mayan Baskar. Announcing the medalists for event 11, girls 15-year-old 200 metres breaststroke. In third place, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Imogen Nolan. In second place, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Farida Taha. And in first place, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Romy Hurd. Announcing our finalists for event 13, girls 14-year-old 200 metres individual medley. In lane 0, from Ballarat Swimming Club, Ava Candy. In lane 1, from Haileybury Aquatic, Alana McDuff. In lane 2, from Melbourne Swimming Club, Amelia Otto. In lane 3, from Nuttawading Swimming Club, Alicia Clark. In lane 4, from MLC Aquatic, Lily Cock. In lane 5, from St Leonard's College, Annie Steele. In lane 6, from Laverton Wyndham, Misha Nicholson. In lane 7, from Geelong Swimming Club, Jessie Steinman. In lane 8, from MLC Aquatic, Grace Cox. And in lane 9, from Western Academy, Sophia Ballon.
All right, this is the girls 14-year-old 200-meter I am here, and there were some big cheers. Starting it off though in lane 4 is Lily Cock, who won the first heat of the morning, qualified with a time of 2:24.75. Alicia Clark in 3, doing well, and then in lane 5 as well, keeping up with it, is Annie Steele as they switch over into the backstroke leg. It is the sprint of all events, and there is one that has to be your strength and probably one that's going to be your not so strong or strength in. I've muddled that up, that's for sure, but Lily is out in front in lane 4. Next to her, Annie Steele from St Leonard's. And really, it is about even here between 1, 2, and 3. Lily in 4, lane 4, Annie in lane 5, and then Misha, who had a lot of support from the crowd, in lane 6. Though, be watching Jessie Steinman in lane 7 for Geelong, smashing out this breaststroke. This is her leg right here, and then it's a matter of powering home in the freestyle coming up. You've got to play your game and strategy right, but it is Lily Koch who are out in front in lane 4, looking nice and smooth and confident. Quite an all-rounder there in the first 3 strokes. So now it is about the effort to hold on. So Jessie over at the bottom of the screen in the blue cap is up next, and then in lane 5, you've got Annie Steele, who is wanting to stay in that medal contention in there, and with the gap, she is there. So Lily out in front. It's all about her and that time. What can she do with it? Let's see. (2:24.41). And she's just under her qualifying time. She would be pleased with that. And then we have in second Jessie Steinman from Geelong, and in third place it was Annie Steele.
Announcing our finalists for event 14, boys 14-year-old 200 metres individual medley. In lane 0 from St Leonard's College, Nikolai Trevifamachine. In lane 1 from Geelong Swimming Club, Jonathan Leong. In lane 2 from Surrey Park, Darcy Stewart. In lane 3 from Surrey Park, Harvey Nathaniels. In lane 4 from Nunawading, Harry Heath. In lane 5 from MLC Aquatic, Toby Callahan. In lane 6 from Nunawading, Tharwan Prarong. In lane 7 from Melton Swimming Club, Peter Behrens. In lane 8 from Nunawading, Lewis Gee. And in lane 9 from Bendigo East, Henry Allen.
And now the boys' 14-year-old 200-metre IM is underway, and I welcome Nick Van Dyson to our commentary sesh today. How you going, Nick?
Good, thanks. How are you, Chelsea?
Yeah, good. We've had an exciting morning of heats where all of these athletes that are in these finals right now have produced some great times. There were lots of heats, so every single athlete that's in a race tonight has definitely earned their spot.
I was studying the results as we went through this morning's session. I did see some impressive times, and it does look like Toby Callahan here leading through nice and strongly in the butterfly in a 27.62. We know that Toby likes to go out nice and strong in his fly and his back, probably breaststroke his weak leg, so he's looking to build a nice lead here, whereas Harry Heath is not quite a strong breaststroker in lane 4, so look for him to make a move on this next 50.
And then looking also in lane 6, Tharwan Prom. He had a great heat this morning, and he's quite a good breaststroker as well.
Yeah, so the Nunawading boys will try now to make a bit of a move on Toby in this breaststroke leg. He's got a good advantage, but here the strong breaststrokers come, and it is the 3 Nunawading boys with Harry Heath, Tharwan and Peter, who are all starting to make a little bit of a move here at the opening stages of the breaststroke.
Absolutely, showing it off in style. And what I've loved already about this evening is there's lots of atmosphere here. There's lots of coaches yelling out, go. They know this is the time, whether it's just for, you know, them to cure their anxiety, because it is evening up at this third turn.
And it is Harry Heath who has taken over the lead through the 150 turn. Toby holding on to second. Toby has a strong freestyle, so he's not out of it just because he's been passed.
Yeah, the 3 boys in contention. They're all in for a medal now from this 25-metre mark onwards, but what medal is it going to be?
Their last 25 of 200 IM really hurts. It's who's brave enough. Harry's doing a really good job. Toby's coming strong, though, in this last 15. He's got down to a quarter of a body length. Does look like Harry's going to hold on and take the state title out in a time of 2:14.88 from Toby, with Tharwan in thirds.
Nicely done.
Medal presentation for event 12, boys 15-year-old 200 metres breaststroke. In third place from Surrey Park Swimming Club, George Huang. In second place from Western Melbourne Propulsion, Thomas Sutherland. And in first place in a time of 2 minutes 22.91 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Nicholas Stupas. And our medal presentation from event 13, girls 14-year-old 200 metres individual medley. In third place from St Leonard's College, Annie Steele. In second place from Geelong Swimming Club, Jessie Steinman. And in first place in a time of 2 minutes 24.41 from MLC Aquatic, Lily Kosh. Introducing the finalists of event 15, girls 17 and 18-year-old, 50 metres freestyle. In lane 0 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Charlotte Fay. In lane 1 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Holly Winkles. In lane 2 from MLC Aquatic, Blake Charlie Millard. In lane 3 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Yunhui Kim. In lane 4 from DVA Aquatic, Samra Olawaneni. In lane 5 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Holly Neville. In lane 6 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Alexandra Skinner. In lane 7 from Traralgon, Molly Cargill. In lane 8 from Bayside Swimming Club, Sienna Stone. And in lane 9 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Dakota Mathers.
So the oldest age group up now in the fastest event, the 50 freestyle. See that Victorian record set by an Olympian, but not in swimming, in rowing, Jessica Morrison.
Who said you can't be multi-talented? And it is Semra who won the heat this morning, the first one, out in front there in lane 5. Holly as well, they're smashing it. It's going to be a tight one.
Does look like Holly's starting to come back after Semra had the early advantage. Semra's holding on slightly on the wall. It is Semra who takes it out ahead of Holly with Uni Kim in third. 26.19 there from Semra. Nice time.
Well done, maybe out of breath after that one.
Yeah, not much breathing happens in a 50 freestyle. Maybe 1 or 2 breaths maximum they would have taken.
Our finalists for event 16, boys 17 and 18-year-old 50 metres freestyle. In lane 0 from Essendon District, Alan Uhi. In lane 1 from MLC Aquatic, James Lewena. In lane 2 from Surrey Park, Makeo de Tomasis. In lane 3 from New Zealand, Hugo Rathel. In lane 4 from MLC, Toby McComish. In lane 5 from Surrey Park, Oliver McKenzie. In lane 6 from Nunawading, Samuel Keenan. In lane 7 from MLC, Dominic Sui. In lane 8 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Alexander Dahlberg. And in lane 9 from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Anthony Basunas.
So now we move on to the 17-18 boys 50 freestyle. Some of them would have been jumping out of school to get to this race. Again, we won't see many breaths across this 50. Fantastic start by Dominic in lane 7, but coming through in lane 4, Toby McComish has now taken over the lead.
Yeah, he's dominating just here. Yeah, head down. I can't even see a breath being taken.
No, he's definitely going to take this out nice and comfortable in a swift time of 23.27. Samuel Keenan in second and tied for third, but it is our visitor from New Zealand, Hugo Rathall, with our third Victorian, Oliver McKenzie.
And there's Toby looking at his time there.
I think he's pretty pleased.
Medal presentation for event 14, boys 14-year-old 200 metres individual medley. In third place, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Tharwan Praram. In second place, from MLC Aquatic, Toby Callahan. And in first place, from Nunawading Swimming Club, in a time of 2 minutes 14.88, Harry Heath. Announcing the finalists for event 17, girls 12 to 18-year-old 50 metres breaststroke multi-class. In lane 3 from Geelong Swimming Club, Evie Lee. In lane 4 from Traralgon Swimming Club, Abby Paulett. In lane 5 from Traralgon Swimming Club, Kayla Wilson. In lane 6 from Flyers Swim Team, Kira Warwick.
So now we're moving on to one of our multi-class events. 12 to 18, 50 breaststroke here. So with our multi-class events, not necessarily the first swimmer to the wall who's going to take this state title out.
No, and a couple of them just raced in one of the first events with the multi-class backstroke as well. So multi-class, but multi-talented.
Definitely. You know, especially as an age group swimmers, it's really good to be developing across all your strokes, regardless of what's your favourite or not.
And so in 4 and 5, we have from Traralgon in the lead at the moment, Abby Poulet, who is S15. And
So
then just behind her is, her club mate, Kayla Wilson, S6.
Yeah, Abby's doing a really good job keeping that stroke rate up nice and high. She comes into touch in this final 5 metres into the wall in a 42.41.
And here comes Kayla into the wall as well, 49.41.
So their times are going to be compared against their classifications world records, and that's converted into a point score, and then the highest point score wins. So it's not necessarily first to the wall, because in the program there's a number of different classifications there, some SB5s, SB15s, SB6s. So the SB stands for their breaststroke classification. They'll, in their other 3 strokes, they'll have a classification where it's just simply S. And then when they come to their medley events, they'll have a classification where it says SM. So they can have different classifications in breaststroke events and medley events than their other strokes.
And so well done to Evie Lee as well, SB19 from Geelong, who just came into the wall at the end of that race as well. And then we look at our next event, which will be our boys 12 to 18 multi-class. And up on the screen at the moment are the results for the girls. And now it's the boys' turn.
Announcing the finalists for event 18, boys 12 to 18-year-old 50 metres breaststroke multi-class. In lane 2 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Cooper Harrington. In lane 3 from Swimland, Hamish Keenan. In lane 4 from Geelong, Riley Blitz. In lane 5 from Oasis Otters, Andrew Din. In lane 6 from Melbourne Swimming Club, James Logan. And in lane 7 from Caulfield Aquatics, Lachlan Zushner.
So our boys are on the block now. And Riley Blitz doing a really strong start. He had an entry time of 35.9, so he should be a decent amount ahead of the other swimmers in this race.
And also the oldest there as well, 17 years of age from Geelong. And then not far behind him, also SB19, Andrew D, who's 14 from Oasis Otters. So at his tail just there.
But a good swim there from both of these. Right, so Riley comes into touch 36.44, just a little bit over his personal best, but breaking the 40-second mark for the first time there from Andrew. So nice swim there from Andrew coming in to touch the wall in second. We'll find out where they finish shortly when we get to the medal ceremonies. And then we have Lachlan here in lane 7, who's come into the wall. He had an entry time of 1:00.43. We'll see how close he can get to that entry time as he comes into touch now. And 1:03.63. As a general rule, the lower the number means the more the physical impairment. If you're trying to work out the classification system, that's a general rule to follow by for the ones with a physical impairment. You can find out more information on the classification system on the Swimming Australia website. And how to get classified. You might have a swimmer who has an physical impairment or a mental impairment, and there's definitely pathways into the sport. So making sure they check out the information there. All the states will run classification days. And once you've been classified, then it allows you to swim in these competitions.
The medalists for event 15, girls 17 and 18-year-old, 50 metres freestyle. In third place from Melbourne Vic Centre, Yunhui Kim. In second place from Melbourne Swimming Club, Holly Neville. And in first place from DVE Aquatic, Semra Olawenyi. And our medalists for event 16 boys, 17 and 18-year-old 50 metres freestyle. In third place from New Zealand, Hugo Rathel. In third place, third Victorian, from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Oliver Mackenzie. In second place, from Nunawading Swimming Club, Samuel Keenan. And in first place, from MLC Aquatic, in a time of 23.27, Toby McComish. Introducing the finalists for event 19, girls 13-year-old 200 metres freestyle. In lane 0 from Nunawading, Jacinta Geary. In lane 1 from Artemis Aquatics, Joanne Liu. In lane 2 from Melbourne Vic Centre, Elizabeth Mack. In lane 3 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Lucy Doyle. In lane 4 from Geelong Swimming Club, Zali Schneiders. In lane 5 from Ballarat Swimming Club, Bettina Ambrose. In lane 6 from South Gippsland Bass, Olivia Holmes. In lane 7 from Essendon District Aquatic, Mia Mifsud. In lane 8 from Haileybury Aquatic, Sorella Bedra. In lane 9 from St Leonard's College, Liliana Jones.
So our 200 freestyle here. Our Victorian record was set back in 2011 by Gemma Schlitt. Gemma went on to represent the Australian team at the Short Course World Championships in 2016.
That's a great detail. Thanks for sharing, Nick. We've had a great start across the board there, but in lane 2, I just want to highlight Elizabeth Mack just there from Melbourne Vic Centre. But really who I've got my eye on here is in lane 4, Zali Schneiders, and 5, Bettina Ambrose, because they had a cracking heat today and qualified with almost the exact same time, but just in 2 different heats.
Yeah, 2:13s, nice fast times there for our 13-year-olds. Lily Jones in lane 9's also started out nice and strongly, trying to go with that early speed that is coming from the middle of the pool now, with Zali Schneider, Benita Ambrose and Olivia Holmes. So those 3 going stroke for stroke in the middle of the pool, and we're coming up to that all-important third 50. This is where the difference isn't often made.
So yes, the halfway mark just here, and it is Bettina out in front, but they're all within a second of each other, followed by Zali and then Olivia in 6. So exciting race we have on our hands.
So Zali and Olivia got a bit better turns than Bettina, so they brought back up right up alongside her, and Zali has attacked this third 50 and started to open up 3/4 of body length lead as we come towards the 150-metre turn. So Zali turns first, with Bettina in second, Olivia in third. Another strong turn there from Zali, maintaining that lead, as now Olivia's starting to push and reduce that margin. Well, it's getting close in this last 25.
And it is Zali in the blue cap, though, that is reaching out further out in front, propelling herself forward. There's an attack, though.
Bettina and Olivia coming really, really strongly. Will they be able to get to Zali under the last 5 metres? And it is Zali who holds on and takes out in a 2:11.55, with Olivia in second and Bettina in third.
Oh, I thought Bettina could have been speeding towards that wall towards the end to maybe pip her at the post, but it was Zali who had it.
And those first 3 swimmers, our medal winners, also swam underneath the national qualifying time, which was set at a 2:17. So we had more than 3 swimmers under the national qualifying time, so congratulations.
Announcing the finalists for event 20, boys 13-year-old 200 metres freestyle. In lane 0 from MLC, Oscar Jasky. In lane 1 from Tiger Sharks, Ben Merrilees. In lane 2 from Melbourne Vic Centre, William Goldstraw. In lane 3 from Terrelgan, Cody Sade. In lane 4 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Luca Brown. In lane 5 from Wodonga City, Harrison Main. In lane 6 from St Leonard's College, William Tan. In lane 7 from Camberwell Grammar, Nathan Nay. In lane 8 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Liam Walker. And in lane 9 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Gianluca Paradiso.
Now it's our boys' turn for our 13-year-olds to have a crack at their 200 freestyle. So they might not be chasing national qualifying time because the 13-year-old boys don't have age national events they can qualify. For the boys, it starts at 14. Well, we'll see how many of these boys can get under that 2:10 mark. It is William Tan who's starting out strongly in lane 6, and he's going to turn first with Luca Brown. Those two turn in at 28 points, with the rest of the field following close behind. Luca Brown getting the better of the turns and starting to establish himself in front, with Will Tan settling into second place.
Yeah, Luca Brown just stretching out in front just here. And he's looking good in the water. He's gliding forward to the halfway mark.
Yeah, nice and strong second 50 here, turning in under the minute and 59.42. With Cody Sade moving into second and Will Tan holding down third. So Luca Brown was able to keep that speed on in that second 50. And that's the challenge in a 200, maintaining that speed. We'll see if he can do it again in this third 50. Cody's holding on to second with Will in third, and also not too far away is Harrison Main in lane 5. But Cody is starting to creep ahead of that in that battle for second and third, with Luca Brown just continuing to extend his lead there. Really strong third 50, turning in a 1:31.79. Cody in second, Will Tan in third, and Harrison Main in fourth.
It is now Luca Brown's race to lose at this stage, but really it's going to be that battle between the three boys for the silver and the bronze positions. Just out in front here, we've got Sed Cody in lane 3, who looks like he's moving forward further to the wall before the other boys. Tan William holding on, William Tan. But it is Harrison Main who gets the bronze there. Luca Brown with a time of 2:04.21.
It's really strong swim there by those swimmers, getting 5 of them under that 2:10 mark. That's a really strong swim from those 13-year-old boys.
Introducing the finalists of event 21, girls 12-year-old, 100 metres freestyle. In lane 0 from Surrey Park Swimming Club, Matilda Clark. In lane 1 from Ringwood, Madison Brown. In lane 2 from Bayside Swimming, Imogen Murray. In lane 3 from Nuttawading Swimming Club, Karma Farmi. In lane 4 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Kira Jeffs. In lane 5 from Camberwell Aquatic, Zara Jeffrey. In lane 6 from Bayside, Octavia Marnie. In lane 7 from Haileybury, Madeline Harvey. In lane 8 from Terrelgan, Phoebe Balcombe. And in lane 9 from Warrnambool, Abigail McNaught.
Okay, so now 12-year-old girls are up in the 100 freestyle. Another one of our state records held by Gemma Schlitt, 58.19. Kiara Jeff's the only one who went under the minute in the heats this morning. We'll see if anyone else can get close to joining her.
Yeah, Kiara, she won the first heat this morning, and she's had a strong start.
Yeah, pulling out to almost a body-length lead through this first 25. Really nice, strong kick going and a high tempo. Also swimming well, Zara Jeffrey beside her, and she's got about a half body-length lead on the rest of the fields. But it is Kiara Jeffs nice and strongly through in a 28.43, with Zara Jeffrey also under the 30-second mark through that first 50.
And super exciting because, you know, this is a lot of these girls' first state age champs. So time to, you know, show what they've got. And here we go.
And respond in front of the big crowd that is getting behind them at the moment as Kiara comes under the false start rope with 15 to go, putting together a really strong swim here under the flags. Is she going to go under the minute again like she did this morning? Yes, she does. 59.762 ahead of Zara Jeffrey in second and Octavia in third.
And there's a high five just there. That's what we love to see. Massive achievement.
Finalists for event 22, boys 12-year-old, 100 metres freestyle. In lane 0 from Laverton Wyndham, Gabrielle Wong. In lane 1 from Furbank Aquastars, Alfie Conterno. In lane 2 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Liam Paulson. In lane 3 from Yarrawonga Malawa, Fraser Nagel. In lane 4 from Camberwell Grammar, Harry McCraw. In lane 5 from Loretto Aquatic, Julian Birch. In lane 6 from Swimland, Titus Tang. In lane 7 from MLC Aquatic, William Cow. In lane 8 from Nunawading Swimming Club, Jordan Silva. And in lane 9 from Yarra Plenty Waves, Benjamin Van Dyke.
So 12-year-old boys hit the water here. Really strong underwater dolphins. And coming up nice and fast is Julian Birch in lane 5. We had, just like the girls, we had one boy under the minute this morning, which is Harry McCraw, 59.88. Julian Birch has started off nice and strongly, though. Maybe he's going to join Harry under that minute mark tonight.
Well, they've had some recovery this afternoon. One of our coaches was saying, yep, a nap, some time in peace and quiet, and then feed them back up to come and deliver the goods tonight. So
Harry McCraw and Julian Birch have got this between them. The battle for third, though, is over in lane 0, 1 and 2 between Gabrielle, Alfie and Liam. But it is Harry who's starting to pull away here in this final 25, and he's going to take the 12-year-old boys 100 freestyle state title out in a time of 1:00.51 ahead of Julian Birch, and in third place over in lane 0, Gabrielle Wong in a 1:02.83. Some strong swimming and big PBs from those boys. I noticed this morning a number of them had taken off a second and a half, 2 seconds, and then they've gone and taken off another 2 seconds again tonight.
Just to keep us on our toes, right? Congratulations to these boys, only 12 years old.
12 to 14-year-old, 50 metres breaststroke multi-class. In third place from Oasis Otters, Andrew Din. In second place from Yarra Plenty Waves, Cooper Harrington. And in first place in a time of 42.43 from Swimland Swimming Club, Hamish Keenan. Medal presentation for event 18, boys 15 to 18-year-old, 50 metres breaststroke multi-class. In second place from Melbourne Swimming Club, James Logan. And in first place from Geelong Swimming Club, Riley Blitz. Medal presentation for event 19, girls 13-year-old, 200 metres freestyle. In third place from Ballarat Swimming Club, Bettina Ambrose. In second place from South Gippsland Base, Olivia Holmes. And in first place, in a time of 2 minutes 11.55, from Geelong Swimming Club, Zali Schneiders. Medal presentation for event 20, boys 13-year-old 200 metres freestyle. In third place from Wodonga City, Harrison Main. In second place from Terrelgan, Cody Sade. And in first place in a time of 2 minutes 04.20 from Melbourne Swimming Club, Luca Brown.
So we're now moving on to our first of our relay events tonight. The girls 12 to 18 4 by 100 metre medley relay. We have 3 heats of this event.
The next event on our program is event 25, girls 12 to 18-year-old 400 metre medley relay. There are 3 heats in this event.
So unlike our other events which have heats, this is because it's a time final. We're going our slowest heat to our fastest heat last, whereas all the other ones which have finals swim the other way around.
And so in lane 3 we have the Bayside Swimming Club, in lane 4 Cheltenham Amateur Swimming Club, and in lane 5 the Western Melbourne Propulsion Incorporated Swimming Club. And our 3 swimmers to kick it all off is Sienna Barkey, Alicia Overall and Charlotte Ristig.
And it is Sienna who's leading through this first 35 metres in the backstroke leg. A little bit stuck on the lane, right? But doing a good job to keep that tempo up nice and high as she goes into that turn, turns through in a 33.60.
And she's come back to centre just here. Good to see, correcting herself. And maybe actually going over to the other side. Unfortunately, it happens, hey?
Which, as in training, we obviously have to circle the lane because there's multiple people in the lane. So the tendency is to stay on the left-hand side of the lane. So it is easy to get stuck on that lane rope.
But she's still out in front, using the guidance of the roof above her. And her teammate waiting for the next leg.
There's a strong swim here from Sienna, and she comes in and touches in a 109.87, leading over Propulsion and Cheltenham as we move now onto our breaststroke legs.
And Kira Fernando from Bayside looking nice and comfortable and gliding through that water, but powering behind her though we have Shiloh Lothran from Cheltenham gaining some ground.
Yeah, Shiloh's reduced that margin down to a body length on this opening 50. And it's going to come up almost alongside her as they go into the turn. In breaststroke, it's really important to try and hit that turn on a full stroke so you can carry as much speed into the turn as possible. And then use that for working in that underwater split stroke, which Shiloh did a fantastic job, has now moved into the lead as we move into this second 50 of breaststroke.
Yeah, she looks very powerful, and she's propelling forward with that big kick under the water just there. We have Chloe King, who is in 5 from Propulsion, catching up to Kiara just here.
So it's going to be a completely different order than after the backstroke legs, which is one of the great things about a medley relay. Any relays, the orders keep changing around. And it is Cheltenham who are going to lead through the halfway mark in a 2:32.91, ahead of Propulsion with Bayside in third.
And that is some power coming from Annabelle Georgeson from Cheltenham just there. I feel like, I can't see her face very well, but I feel like that's the stroke of determination.
Definitely, and she's keeping nice and low when she's breathing so that you're keeping everything going forward. We don't want to lift up. We want to stay nice and low to try and keep those hips and feet up when we take that breath.
Well, she's had a beautiful turn just here in this second 50. Coming back, she really wants to set herself up for her team, for our final swimmer in the freestyle leg. We'll be waiting for her here.
It's that last 25 of the butterfly leg. That's where it gets tough in that butterfly. Everything feels like it's falling on your back. It's really important that you keep those legs going, keep your hips up, keep your feet up as we power into the wall. And Annabelle's doing a great job of that. Tempo hasn't slowed down from the start of this 100 fly as she now changes over to a teammate in the lead by about 5 metres, over propulsion in second, with Bayside in third.
And that's only 4 seconds just there. Coming up from out of the water, we have propulsion. That's Dana Barnett, and she's on a mission. She's gaining in the corner of the screen, and she's going to want a really good turn and just hoping that Cheltenham's final swimmer slows down for her as well.
Yeah, it does look like that Cheltenham's got this one in the bag, though. Strong first 50 from Chiara, extending that lead slightly out to about 7 or 8 metres through that first 50 of freestyle. And they look like they are going to come home and set the pace in this opening heat.
Yeah, they really got away there, didn't she? She held her ground, and off she comes to the wall. Final metres of the race just here, and Cheltenham would be ecstatic.
Nice strong finish there, getting her head down for the last 5 metres into the wall. 4:39.80. So the teams in Heat 2 will be sort of having a quick glance at that time, going, okay, that's the time we need to go faster then. So had an entry time there, Cheltenham, of 4:43. So knocking off about 3.5 seconds from what their PB's added up to. So that's a solid improvement. That's the excitement of a relay for you.
Relays are always exciting. It's because everyone's up and out and about, and there's so many swimmers involved, and they've been training, and they've been put in these positions to showcase their strengths as well.
And sometimes the pressure feels a little bit like it's off in a relay, which leads to greater performance because you're not so worried about how you perform, it's all about how the team's going. So you suddenly lift for the team, not so worried about your individual performance, and just get in there and have some fun.
Yeah, lots of high fives at the end. I can see the next girls pointing to each other, laughing and giggling even before they're starting.
So in lane 5, we've got Semra Olawani, who just won the 7-8-18 girls 50 freestyle. So she's leading off for DVE in the backstroke leg. So that's another case. Obviously, in these relay events, you don't necessarily swim your strongest stroke. You swim the stroke that is best for your team. Semra is quite strong at both her freestyle and backstroke events, and is going to lead through this first 50 here in a 31.23. She's pulled out half a body length lead over Olivia Bailey from Traralgon, and looks to extend that here in this second 50. Also swimming well for Nuttawading B team is Alicia Lever.
Yeah, and Alicia's had a good day here as well. But Semra leading the way just here. DVE getting pumped with their second swimmer.
104.21. That's a really strong time in that 100-metre backstroke leg there from Semra as she hands over to her teammate, giving her teammate a 3.5-second lead over Nuttawading and Traralgon.
Yeah, that's Amity Lansbury who is out in front there, though she's being chased. Salia White from Nuttawading's B team has got a ferocious catch-up pace.
So far, Amity's holding them at bay through this opening 50. Slightly reduced margin, but only slightly, with Salia White starting to make a little bit of ground in that second 25.
And then Zoe Dowler from Traralgon in lane 3. Following up there, she's also on the heels of Nuttawading right next to her.
Infraction report for event 25, heat 1, lane 5. Swimmer number 3, feet lost contact with the starting platform prior to the preceding teammate touching the wall. That is event 25, heat 1, lane 5.
So it is still DVE as we go to the breaststroke to butterfly exchange. And the margin remained unchanged in that second 50, but a strong leg by Yarra Plenty Waves from Emilia Vulic has moved them into contention for third in this heat with Traralgon.
Well done to Amity for keeping Nuttawading at bay just there. And they've got a nice lead here. So Rhiannon Chen in lane 5, pushing out in front.
And probably slightly extended that lead again in that opening 50. Nuttawading got the better of the turns, though, managing to land on a full stroke with Tara Barnwell strong underwaters. But a strong second 50 here from Rihanna has extended that lead back out to about 8 metres as we move into the final 15 metres of our butterfly legs for DVE.
Yes, got a nice gap here out in front for the lead. Their final swimmer for DVE. About to come off the blocks.
So Nuttawading will touch second. And Traralgon back into third place now.
So Yarra Plenty Waves also in lane 6. Trying to chase Traralgon down for the bronze, as well as be looking in lane 2 as well. Campbell Grammar as well.
Matilda Barber is way out in front for DVE. Semra set the early pace and her teammates have responded and not let anyone else in with a chance here in Heat 2.
She gave the pump up and went, yep, girls, we got this. And they've pushed on, and she's going to have a strong finish. Let's see what time she gets.
So Nuttawading is closing slightly, but it's going to be too little too late.
12 and 13-year-old 200-metre freestyle relay. Please note that swimmers 1 and 3 need to be at the finish end of the pool, and swimmers 2 and 4 need to be at the turn city end of the pool. And that's the same for the following event 28. Make sure that swimmers 1 and 3 are at the start end of the pool, and swimmers 2 and 4 are at the city end of the pool.
So really good job there from DVE to take out that second heat in a 4:31.22. And that's the new time to beat, with our third and final heat now getting set behind the blocks.
All right, heat 3 of 3 about to be underway.
And we definitely have some strong backstrokers here in this
Can
field.
Josh please come down to the technical director's table?
And it is Charlie Millard who's going to lead in lane 4 for MLC in this opening 25, with Jessica Wilson from Nuttawading in lane 3 also going out nice and strongly. So those two have pulled about 3/4 of body length clear in this opening 50, and they're going to head into the turn together, with Jessica Wilson just slightly ahead of Charlie Millard. Charlie stayed under a little bit longer, and they've come up even again in this second 50. Also swimming well down in lane 8 from Haileybury is Gemma Holtz, as she holds down third place. So Jessica Wilson starting to open up just a small gap over Charlie Millard as we've got 15 metres to go in this backstroke leg.
Technical director's table. Thank you.
And it will be Nuttawading who lead after the backstroke in 104.29, ahead of MLC, with Melbourne Swimming Club in third. So hand over to our breaststroke swimmers, and definitely got a bit of an age range here. Madeline Horvath from Nuttawading and Lily Kosh from MLC. Madeline, one of our more experienced swimmers. Lily as I think now she's a
Medal ceremony for
14-year-old.
event 21, the girls 12 years 100-metre freestyle. In third place from Bayside, Octavia Mahoney. In second place from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic, Zara Jeffrey. And in first place from Yarra Plenty Waves, Kiara Jeffs. In a time of 59.62.
So Nunawading have pulled out to about a 2.5 body length lead here in this breaststroke through Madeline over Lily.
Yeah, just going at a more rapid
Medal
pace.
presentation for
There.
event 22, the boys 1,200-metre freestyle. In third place from Laverton Wyndham Aquatics, Gabrielle Wong. In second place from Loretto Aquatic, Julian Birch. And in first place from Camberwell Grammar Aquatic, Harry McCaw, with a time of 1:51.
Oh my goodness, Nick, I love the craziness of this. They're all off, going away, everyone's jumping, there's an announcement being made. Our final 50, oh no, it's not final 50, I'm too ahead of myself. I was looking at the freestyle.
And so Isabella Osborne from MLC is now starting to make some ground on Dakota Mathers from Nunawading and reduced it back to a body length over that first 50. Our freestyle swimmers getting themselves set. The Nunawading swimmer was making a late bather change, I saw, with Alana Torrance from from MLC up on the blocks first. But it is going to be all together as between MLC and Nunawading as we go into this final exchange.
Yes, Isabella Osborne gained so much ground there in that last 25 of her butterfly.
And Melbourne Swimming Club maintaining third place, but it's the showdown between MLC and Nunawading into this freestyle leg, with Alana Torrance starting to pull out a small lead over Alicia Clark in this opening 50. Alicia breathing towards Alana, whereas Alana is breathing towards the stand side at the moment. That will probably change in this second 50 as we go through that turn. Alicia staying underwater longer than Alana, but Alana's popped up and extended that lead out to now half a body length as we got 25 metres left to swim. She continues to extend that lead, Alana, and it does look like Nunawading are going to have to settle for second, with MLC going to take this 4x100 metre medley relay out in a nice swift time of a 4:16.86. Nunawading in second, and coming in for third, Melbourne Swimming Club.
That was a great finish to a relay race.
So now we go again. We're going to have the boys' version of that event.
We do.
Again, 3 heats.
Medals up for contention here, and there's nothing, more satisfying and exciting that you get to do them getting up on the podium with your best mates at your club.
It's definitely something everyone wants to achieve, that getting up on that medal dais as part of a medal-winning relay.
Teamwork is the dream work, and we have 3 clubs for this race here. It is heat 1 of 3. So in lane 3, we have Ballarat Gold. In lane 4, Yarra Plenty Waves. And in 5, Bayside Swimming Club.
Strong start from Alexander Barrett from Bayside. Alexander does quite a few open water swims, those beach swims that a lot of those life-saving clubs put on. And he seems to have great races with his dad every time he does it. They always seem to finish within a couple of seconds of each other, even though they are not swimming at the same time. I don't know how they managed to do that. His dad was better known as a breaststroke swimmer. So the son has obviously inherited some other genes and being a bit of a backstroker here. As also Rowan Wine from Yarra Plenty Waves has now taken over the lead here in this second 50. And Rowan's continued to extend this margin in this second 50 and is going to touch at the end of the backstroke leg with a body length lead for Yarra Plenty Waves over Bayside with Ballarat Gold in thirds.
And that is Jack Gonzalez from Yarra Plenty Waves. Still leading, but only just out in front with the breaststroke. Higher stroke rate just there, but the long, powerful stroke is coming from Riley Cateau from Bayside.
Yeah, Riley's got a little bit more length in his stroke, and he's using that to gradually creep closer and closer on every stroke. With Jack managing to hit that wall on a full stroke, so getting a slight advantage on the turn. So Riley's going to have to catch up that ground he started to make in that first 50, which he's done in this opening 25 of this second 50 here. And he's now pulled up alongside Jack as they're going stroke for stroke into this final 25. That extra length that Riley had is now showing off in this final 25 as he's starting to extend away, and will give Bayside the lead as we enter the butterfly leg. So Bayside are now going to lead by almost a body length for the butterfly leg from Yarra Plenty Waves, with Ballarat Gold maintaining their third place about 10 metres behind. So now it's Luke Tucker from Bayside, who is maintaining that body length lead that he was given after the breaststroke leg, and is looking nice and long and relaxed and smooth in this opening 50.
And he's going to get the turn out in front, 2:47.42. So just 2 seconds, just under 2 seconds out in front now.
And he starts just continuing to extend his lead here in this third 25, and it's out to almost 2 body lengths. Bayside's lead over Yarra Plenty Waves, with Luke doing a really good job of maintaining that tempo right from the start. He's got 15 metres to swim here in this butterfly leg, with his freestyle swimmer on the blocks, ready to go, following him in closely, ready to make that exchange. And so they turn. Now it's 2.5 seconds in the clear into this freestyle leg. So Bayside will lead that they've had from the breaststroke leg into this freestyle, with Lockie Grant looking to hold off Louis from Yarra Plenty Waves. It's maintaining that margin of 2 body length that was set up by the butterflyer as we move into the final 50 here in this opening heat. Strong turn from Louis, and he's reduced the margin to a body length and a half off that final wall. He's getting closer and closer. We've got 25 metres left to swim, down to half a body length. Can Lockie hold on, or is Louis going to come over the top for Yarra Plenty Waves? It does look like that Louis is going to have the steam here in this final 10 metres to come over the top and take this opening heat out for Yarra Plenty Waves, just ahead of Bayside. So plenty of action here in this opening heat. Lead kept changing there between those two teams, and it is Yarra Plenty Waves who set the time to beat of a 4:19.52. Just ahead of Bayside, with Ballarat Gold B team making their way into the wall now. So that was a very exciting race, and we only had 3 teams in it. I can't wait for, we've got now 8 teams in Heat 2.
Oh my goodness, to come over the top just there. It's exciting to watch if you're on the winning side, right?
It's exciting to watch. It's just not great to watch if you get beaten. Many different starting positions there from the swimmers in our backstroke leg as they work their underwaters, with Oscar Campbell from Cheltenham getting close to that 15-metre mark, really using those strong dolphins to come up in the lead and the furthest down the pool. Now making their mark in the middle of the pool, Patrick and Thomas from Melbourne Swimming Club and Geelong respectively. And they look like they're going to turn first here in this opening 50. And strong underwaters from Thomas Smith from Geelong. He's pulled himself back up alongside Patrick, who from Melbourne Swimming Club, who had a slight lead. But again, really strong third 25 from Oscar Campbell, and he's retaken the lead in lane 7 from Cheltenham.
A little bit wonky in his lane just here, as long as he can avoid the lane rope. Ready to rock and roll with the breaststroke here. Cheltenham's in.
Cheltenham leads ahead of Geelong with a tight battle for thirds. As we move into our breaststroke leg, Henry from Cheltenham has maintained and extended the lead that he was set up by his teammate, and now moving into second place is Shepparton with Braden Wilson.
Yes, looking at the top of our screen in lane 2, Shep in the mix here.
Very tight between 4 teams, with Shepparton, Geelong, Melbourne Swimming Club, A team, and Cheltenham all in with a chance here as we enter the second 50 of breaststroke. And not to be counted out, the Ballarat Gold A team in lane 1 is making a strong effort, and we're now 5 wide.
We were talking about could it get any more exciting? Well, I think right now, here we are. Still.
So it's Melbourne Swimming Club A team who has a slight lead as we go to our breaststroke to butterfly exchange, but it will be Edward Meddings from Ballarat Gold who touches first with the fastest breaststroke leg of the field there.
And good on him. That's not what we were expecting at the start of that breaststroke leg.
And they're still holding on to that lead through Cooper Sutherland and extending it out to half a body length in this opening 50 of the butterfly. Geelong into second and Melbourne Swimming Club A in third. Again, strong underwaters from Cooper Sutherland to maintain that lead into this third 25 of the butterfly leg. Joshua from Geelong and Braden from Melbourne are starting to make their move, and it's down to half a body length as we approach the final 15 metres of our butterfly leg.
There is a lot of noise coming from that crowd here. They know it's going to be a tight race. Freestyle, the power leg. Let's bring it on. And it is Geelong out in front.
So another lead change. Geelong in front. Ballarat Gold hitting the water in second and Melbourne Swimming Club third.
And coming over the top here is Melbourne Swimming Club, their A team in lane 5.
So it is Melbourne Swimming Club and Geelong going head to head in this opening 50 of our final freestyler. And they'll turn together at the 350 metre mark. Strong turn there from Geelong, staying underwater a little bit longer. Coming up alongside Felix from Melbourne Swimming Club. Campbell and Felix going neck and neck, stroke for stroke, as they've got 25 metres to swim.
And it was Cam that pushed out in front just before, but Felix is coming back, and I feel like he's maybe just out in front. The crowd is going crazy.
And Felix has taken over a slight lead and gets his hand on the wall in a 4:08.55 for Melbourne Swimming Club. Geelong in second and Ballarat Gold in third. Another great race here in the 12 to 18 boys 4x100 metre medley relay, and we've still got one more heat to go.
We do, and it's supposedly our fastest heat. So let's see what times can be produced. There is a medal up for grabs, and as we said, a medal is even sweeter when it is with your teammates.
So we're just getting those backstroke ledges reinstalled for our final heat, thanks to our fabulous Swimming Victoria staff. And generally the volume only increases heat on heat. So I'm expecting the crowd to be quite loud here in this third and final heat.
And I am loving all the visuals that we have here on our KO Freebies live stream here. Going down the boys on the block, all the teams. There's even a couple of B teams in there as well.
Yeah, our centre 6 lanes with our A teams, and then our outside lanes, 2 on each side, represented by our B team. Look for Surrey Park to get off to a strong start here in the backstroke leg through Anthony. Been on the Australian junior team last year. And he does lead through the first 25, just ahead of James Luina from MLC. Also swimming well, MLC B team over in lane 0 with Max Bosley. But it is Anthony from Surrey Park who turns first in a 28.52. Uses those strong underwaters to extend his lead over MLC A. So those two are starting to extend slightly into the lead, but it is nice and close with MLC B team over in lane 0 still in with this. But it is Anthony's gradually just extended that lead in this second 50 and will hand Surrey Park the lead as they head into the breaststroke leg with a 58.07 opening split. It is Halebury who touches in second and MLC A in third. So Isaac Ballinger from Surrey Park is leading with on either side Jacob Nimmo from Propulsion and Sam Matheson from MLC starting to try and make a little bit of a move. It does look like Jacob Nimmo is the one who's made the move and is coming up alongside Isaac in this opening 50.
This turn will be important just here. Still maintaining the lead though. Isaac Ballinger from Surrey Park.
So Isaac has brought a bit of a slower tempo, probably better suited to a 200, whereas Jacob, that up-tempo breaststroke, probably preferred the 50. So they're meeting together here in the 100-metre breaststroke, and it does look like in their second 50, Isaac has re-extended his lead and will hand over to his butterflyer, a body length ahead of MLC and Propulsion.
Nick, what do you think? Posing a question, is the best leg to have the lead in front of if you're going to have one body length?
Well, obviously it's great to have a lead after the breaststroke leg because your next swimmer's going to be going faster because breaststroke's the slowest stroke, so that if you've got a lead, it suddenly looks a lot bigger. It's no bigger in terms of time, but it feels bigger. That distance becomes bigger at the end of that breaststroke leg as the butterfly goes in. But saying that, I'd love to lead into the freestyle leg because that means you've only got one leg to go. And it does look like Mitchell Stewart is going to try and maintain that lead that Surrey Park has had from the start of the race into the freestyle leg as the freestyles hop up on the blocks. And he will maintain 3/4 of body length lead over James Morrow from Propulsion with Mayan Baskar from MLC in third. So Surrey Park lead from Propulsion, MLC in third, as we head into our final freestyle leg.
And here we go. Here is the 100 metres of power. The pool is a whitewash, but it is really the 3 teams out in front. It is Oliver McKenzie in lane 4 with the lead for Surrey Park. Coming up to the turn here, checking out these times, and he is only 1 second in front.
We saw Toby McComish from a really good 50 freestyle just before. Will he be able to use that speed to try and take down Oliver McKenzie in this second 50? But it looks like Oliver is maintaining that body length lead and is going to take this one out for Surrey Park. Toby's fighting hard, reducing it to half a body length, but that's as close as he's going to get. As Surrey Park take out in a 3:54.44, MLC in second and Propulsion in third.
And that's what we love to see, the high fives, the handshakes, the celebrations at the end.
So that was the end of the 12 to 18 medley relays. We've now got a lot of action in the 12 to 13.
For event 25, the girls 12 to 18 400-metre medley relay. In third place from Melbourne Swimming Club, In second place, Nana Wadding. And in first place, with a time of 4 minutes 16.86, MLC Aquatic.
So we've had our 12 to 18 relays. Now we move to our 12 to 13 200 freestyle relays. So our 4x50 freestyle relays. So they're action-packed, short and sharp. We have 5 heats of the girls coming up before we move on to 3 heats of the boys. So we're going to finish the night off with a lot of fast action here in our 12 to 13 4x50 freestyle relays. So our swimmers in our opening heat are now behind the blocks, getting themselves ready to go. Making sure their goggles are ready, their bathages just how they like them. Their teammates are down the other end, which is always the nervous glance down the other end to make sure your teammate is in place, as our referees are just checking that there are the correct number of teams down the other end before they blow the whistle to get this race and first heat underway here in event 27. And that's good that we waited, because our last team made a late last second appearance. So in the water is heat 1. In lane 2, Traralgon B. Lane 3, PLC A. Lane 4, CA Tritons A. Lane 5, Essendon District Aquatic B. Lane 6, Flyers B. Lane 7, Ringwood B. And it is Ringwood B through Olivia Kerr who leads through this opening 50. Putting together a really strong leg there and keeping that kick going nice and strong as she comes under the flags with 5 metres to go and changes over to her teammate in the lead at 32.27, just ahead of Traralgon. Traralgon has taken over the lead in this first exchange and are now out to a body length lead with a really strong swim from Sienna in lane 2. Ringwood are holding on to second place, but now moving through the middle of the pool is CA Tritons and Essendon through Lucia and Elise. And it will be Traralgon who lead at the 100-metre exchange in a 1:03.42, ahead of CA Tritons in second. Strong underwaters from CA Tritons to maintain their second place, and they're all chasing Traralgon in this third leg. It's back to a body length with CA Tritons and Essendon District starting to make ground on Traralgon. CA Tritons with Tiana are moving into the lead with 5 metres to go here in this third leg. Our fourth swimmers are ready for their exchange, and CA Tritons and Traralgon enter the water together for this final 50. Not to be counted out, though, is Essendon District Aquatic, and they've started to make a move here in this 450 and have moved into the lead just ahead of CA Tritons with Traralgon in third. Swimming well is PLC in fourth, starting to make a move towards the top 3, but it will be Essendon District Aquatic who is going to take out this opening heat of the girls 12 to 13 freestyle relay in a 2:09.38. An entry time of 2:13. So they've taken over 4 seconds off their entry time. That means those swimmers have swum, on average, a 1 second PB each. because the times that are entered through our online entry system, Swim Central, picks up the eligible swimmers' best times in the qualification period. So they've gone 4 seconds faster than their best time. Many of these swimmers, this may have been their first state relay, and they've definitely lifted to the occasion there in that opening heat. As our swimmers for Heat 2 are now behind the blocks with our results for Heat 1 on the screen. Underway here in Heat 2 with Bendigo Hawks Aquatic A in 0, St Leonard's B in 1. In lane 2, Sail A. In lane 3, Ivanhoe Aquapower A. Lane 5, D5 A. In lane 5, Laverton Wyndham A. Lane 6, Northwest A. Lane 7, Melton A. Lane 8, Cheltenham A. And lane 9, Maccabi Ajax A. It is in lane 2, Sail. Another one of our country clubs getting off to a strong start and lead through the opening 50 in a 30.63. A strong exchange from St Leonard's have brought them almost up alongside Sail. Also in contention to lead through the 100-metre exchange in the second heat. Sail is holding on to their lead here in Heat 2. Just ahead of St Leonard's. And touching the wall first, it will be Sail with D5 and St Leonard's close behind. D5 getting a really strong underwater work off that exchange, and they come into the lead. With Laverton Wyndham now moving into second. St Leonard's in third, with Northwest Aquatic starting to challenge St Leonard's for that minor place. It is D5 who lead as we approach the final exchange here in Heat 2. And they enter the water. Nice clean entry there from our D5 swimmer. And has a slight lead over Laverton Wyndham. But St Leonard's is now making a late charge again, trying to move back into that lead that they held during that second leg. Laverton Wyndham have now extended out to 3/4 of a body length lead. St Leonard's won't go away in this final 10 metres. Those two are going to fight this second heat out, but it will be Laverton Wyndham who comes into touch in a 2:07.30, who take Heat 2 out ahead of St Leonard's, and in third place D5. So Laverton Wyndham, with that time of a 2:07.30, are now our fastest team as we're moving on to Heat 3. A reminder, all our relays are timed finals, with our fastest heat swimming last. So each heat gets to see the previous heat's results and then see if they can challenge that time. So Heat 3 in the water, Flyers A in 0, Western Melbourne Propulsion A in 2, Haileybury A in 3, Surrey Park B in 4, Furbank Aquastars A in 5, Warrnambool A in 6, Warragul A in 7, Melbourne Swimming Club B in 8, and Furbank Aquastars B in 9. It is Melbourne Swimming Club B team in lane 8. They're getting off to a nice strong start, but it will be Propulsion who lead through this first 50 in a 30.01. So close to that magical 30-second mark. Propulsion and Haileybury neck and neck as we're halfway through this second leg already, with Furbank A team in third place. Haileybury is now taken over the lead from Propulsion as we head towards the second to third swimming exchange. So Haileybury lead ahead of Propulsion with Furbank A in third. So Haileybury continue to lead and look like they extended their lead over Propulsion. Furbank A maintain third, but swimming well as Melbourne Swimming Club. And they have come up alongside Furbank A and now have moved into third place. Propulsion have now closed the margin down to Haileybury and have retaken that lead that they had after the first 50. as the fourth swimmer from Propulsion will have a body length lead over Haileybury as they enter the water, and Melbourne Swimming Club in third, with Surrey Park now into fourth. Propulsion were our early leaders, lost the lead during the middle of the, and have now regained it as we come down with 15 metres to swim. They've pulled out, have got a 2 body length lead over Haileybury, with Warrnambool making a move to take out that mining place is third. But it will be Propulsion who take it out in a 2:00.97. Ahead of Haileybury, with Warrnambool in third. So that time from Propulsion, Western Melbourne Propulsion of 2:00.97 has moved them to the top of the tree as we await Heat 4. So Bayside B in 0, MLC A in 1, Campbell Grammar A in 2, Artemis Aquatic A in 3, Bendigo East A in 4, Western Melbourne Academy A in 5, Geelong A in 6, Ringwood A in 7, South Gippsland Bass A in 8, and DVE A in lane 9. It is Campbell Grammar Aquatic who are going to lead after the opening 50, and we're going to see our first lead-off leg under 30 in a 28.47. Not only under 30, but miles under 30 seconds there. Really strong swim there from Campbell as they lead ahead of Geelong. As Geelong start to make inroads and are looking to try and pull up alongside.
For event 27, heat 1, lane 6. Swimmer number 4's feet lost contact with the starting platform prior to the preceding teammates touching the wall. That is event 27, heat 1, lane 6.
So Campbell Grammar Aquatic lead by a body length over Geelong in this third 50. Moving through in lane 4 is Bendigo East. Those three have now cleared out from the rest, but it is going to be a nice tight battle between our three teams as we head into our final exchange. Campbell has led from the start and continued to do so, but the margin has reduced with Geelong not far behind in second. So a good exchange from all our swimmers.
26, heat 2, lane 2. Swimmer number 4, feet lost contact with the starting platform prior to the preceding teammate touching the wall. That is event 26, heat 2, lane 2.
And Artemis Aquatic final leg have stormed through here and are going to come into the wall and take out heat 4 in a time of 1:59.70.
26, heat 2, lane 6. Swimmer number 4, feet lost contact with the starting platform prior to the preceding teammate touching the wall. That is event 26, heat 2, lane 6.
So Artemis Aquatic, first team to go under the 2-minute mark, have now moved into the hot seat with a 1:59.70 as we have our fifth and final heat behind the blocks. Essendon District A in 0, Surrey Park A in 1, Nuttawading B in 2, Nuttawading A in 3, Melbourne Swimming Club A in 4, Bayside A in 5, Melbourne Vic Centre A in 6, St Leonard's A in 7, Yarra Plenty Waves A in 8, and Traralgon A in 9.
Event 26, heat 3, lane 1. Swimmer number 3, feet lost contact with the starting platform prior to the preceding teammate touching the wall. That is event 26, heat 3, lane 1.
And it's Melbourne Vic Centre through Elizabeth Mack, who lead in this opening 50 here of the fifth and final heat of the girls 12 to 13 4x50 freestyle relay. A strong swim of 27.63. She hands over and gives her teammate a body length and a half lead over Melbourne, Nuttawading and Bayside.
For event 26, heat 3, lane 8. Swimmer number 4 lost contact with the block before swimmer 3 touched the wall. That is event 26, heat 3, lane 8.
So Melbourne Vic Centre continue to lead through in a 56.25 at the halfway mark Melbourne Swimming Club coming strongly now in this third leg and reduced the margin down to 3/4 of body length, with Bayside moving into third, less than a body length away.
Infraction report, event 27, heat 4, lane 6. Swimmer number 3, feet lost contact with the starting platform before the preceding teammate touched the wall. That is event 27, heat 4, lane 6.
So Melbourne Swimming Club now lead by a whole body length as the fourth swimmers emerge from their underwaters. Bayside is now moving into second, with our early leaders Melbourne Vic Centre holding down third. Nuttawading's fighting hard to try and get up into the medals. It is Melbourne Swimming Club holding on a storm from Bayside. Bayside's coming strongly through Octavia, but she's not going to quite get there, with Melbourne Swimming Club taking out a 154.46. Bayside in second and Melbourne Vic Centre in third. So nice tight battle there in that final leg.
Medal presentations for event 26, the boys 12 to 18 400 metre medley relay. In third place, Western Melbourne Propulsion. In second place, MLC Aquatic. And in first place with a time of 3 minutes 54.44, Surrey Park.
So we're moving on to our final event of the day. Event 28, the boys 12 to 13 200 metre freestyle relay. So I've had great finishes in all of our relay events so far, and I'm sure the 12 to 13 boys will be no different. We have 3 heats of this event. Behind the blocks is heat 1. In lane 1, Surrey Park B. Late arrival in lane 0, Flyers B. In lane 2, Swimland A. Lane 3, Western Melbourne Propulsion A. Lane 4, Ringwood A. Lane 5, Melbourne Swimming Club B. Lane 6, Loretto Aquatic B. Lane 7, Furbank Aquastars A. And in lane 8, Ivanhoe Aquapower A. It is Furbank Aquastars through Alfie Conterno, who is leading through this opening 50. So Alfie Conterno is going to lead for Furbank Aquastars and comes into wall in a touch in a time of 28.68. Over the other side of the pool, Swimland and Surrey Park and Propulsion are all in with a chance here. Furbank is holding on to the lead, with now Propulsion moving up into a clear second place. Will Morrison maintains the lead for Furbank Aquastars as we approach the 100 metre exchange. The margin has reduced, with Propulsion only 3/4 of body length behind in second. So Furbank lead through this opening 100 in a 58.71. Propulsion in second, and in third place Ringwood. So Propulsion have now moved right up alongside Furbank, and they're going stroke for stroke down this third 50. They're now starting to sneak ahead, with Propulsion moving into a slight lead through Jack DeFazio, as we've got 5 metres to swim in this third leg. And Propulsion are going to touch first at the 150 in a 130.22 ahead of Furbank Aquastars. And now Furbank Aquastars has retaken the lead through Ethan. And Angus Yule is now in the water in this fourth leg, but the charge is coming in the middle of the pool. Will Angus be able to hold on? Melbourne, Ringwood, Propulsion are all coming strong. Will Angus Yule be able to hold on for Furbank with 5 metres to go under the flags? And he does get to the wall and holds on for first, but Ringwood join him. So it's 2:02.80. So Furbank Aquastars and Ringwood set the early pace in this opening heat at 2:02.80. What a great finish to our opening heat, with a dead heat between Furbank Aquastars and Ringwood Swimming Club's A teams. We have 2 heats remaining for the boys. In Heat 2, Surrey Park A in 0, Bayside A in 1, Traralgon A in 2, Flyers A in 3, Western Aquatic Academy A in 4, Warrnambool A in 5, and Wyndham A in 6, Northwest Aquatic A in 7, Yarrabee Waves A in 8, and Maccabi Ajax A in lane 9. As we can see that dead heat displayed on the screen, with Melbourne Swimming Club in 3rd from that opening heat. As our swimmers for Heat 2 are behind the blocks and ready to go. I think our officials are just conferring to making sure that all our swimmers are in the correct lane from this next heat. Before we get underway. And the referee has whistled them up onto the blocks. A nice even start across the board here in Heat 2. Within lane 6, Laverton Wyndham with Yash and Northwest Aquatic with Noah, the early leaders. And it will be Northwest Aquatic through Noah who is going to lead through this opening 50 in a 27.60 by about a body length after they emerge from the underwaters in this second leg. So they've extended their lead with Bayside swimming well over the other side in lane 1. Northwest Aquatic lead by a body length and a half here in Heat 2 as we now approach the 2nd to 3rd swimmer changeovers. So Northwest touch first, Bayside in 2nd, with Traralgon in 3rd. So Northwest have maintained their lead that they had from about the 25-metre mark of this race and have pulled well clear of the rest of the field. The only team within a body length of them is Bayside. Now starting to make their move through the middle of the pool is Western Aquatic Academy and Warrnambool. But it will still be Northwest Aquatic who lead at that 150 ahead of Bayside. So Northwest Aquatic have led from the 25-metre mark, but now the middle of the pool is starting to come. Western Aquatic Academy have reduced that margin down to a quarter of a body length and now have moved into the lead. Warrnambool in 2nd and making their charge as well. Western Melbourne Aquatic look like they're going to be able to hold on the charge from Warrnambool and take Heat 2 out in a time of 1:55.80. Warrnambool in 2nd and Laverton and Wyndham, our early leaders, in 3rd. So we have 1 heat of action left with Western Melbourne Aquatic Academy. So Western Aquatic Academy, sorry, sitting in the hot seat in a 1:55.80. Behind the blocks is Heat 3 in lane 0, MLC A, lane 1, Melbourne Big Centre A, lane 2, Loretto A, lane 3, Nuttawading A, lane 4, Melbourne Swimming Club A, lane 5, St Leonard's A, lane 6, Warragul A, lane 7, Campbell A, lane 8, Geelong A, and lane 9, Nuttawading B. Really strong start from Lumwella for Nuttawading A in lane 3.
28, Heat 1, lane 1. Team swam out of order. That is event 28, Heat 1, lane 1.
But now taking over the lead in lane 8 is Geelong, and in lane 5 is St Leonard's. St Leonard's touched first through William Tan, and St Leonard's lead after the underwater phase of this second leg, but now moving up to challenging them is Melbourne Swimming Club. So it's Melbourne Swimming Club have moved into the
Infraction
lead in
report
this
for
second
event
leg through
28,
Luca
heat
Brown.
1, lane 4. Team swam out of order. Event 28, heat 1, lane 4.
So Melbourne Swimming Club lead after the 100-metre mark with St Leonard's in second, and in third place, Camberwell Grammar Aquatic. So Melbourne Swimming Club have pulled out to a 2-body length lead. It's nice and tight in the battle for second, with Camberwell, St Leonard's, Nuttawading A-team all in a chance for the minor medals. It does look like Melbourne Swimming Club have got this one under control as we have our 4 swimmers hitting the water now. So Melbourne Swimming Club lead by 2 body lengths over Nuttawading A. Campbell entered the water in third, but St Leonard's is moving up alongside them in that battle for the bronze. It will be all Melbourne Swimming Club, and they will take out the gold here in the boys 12-13 relay in a swift time of 1:47.33. Nuttawading A comes in for second, with St Leonard's storming home for third. So a really strong swim there by Melbourne Swimming Club to take out the boys 12-13 4x50-metre freestyle relay in a 1:47.33. That was our final bit of action in the pool this evening here for day 1 of the 2023 Victorian Age Long Course Championships. We'll await the medal ceremonies for our relay events.
Infraction report for event 28, heat 3, lane 0. Team swam out of order. Event 28, heat 3, lane 0.
So we just have our medal ceremonies to conclude this evening's action. A busy day of action with our later start to the heat session today.
Medal presentations for event 27, the girls 12-13 200-metre freestyle relay. In third place from Melbourne Vic Centre. In second place, Bayside Swimming. And in first place, Melbourne Swimming Club with a time of 1:54.46. We now invite our technical officials to please walk off pool deck. Thank you for all your time, and please give them a nice round of applause.
As we're concluding with our medal ceremonies, a fantastic day of action here on day 1 of the Victorian Age Long Course Championships here on KO Freebies. We look forward to you all joining us for more action tomorrow, with a heat session in the morning, returning to the standard earlier start time. We had some fantastic finals tonight across all the age groups, with some massive PBs, lots of national times, and we look forward to some more fantastic action tomorrow, and we'll see you then on KO Freebies. But for now, goodbye.